Listen, there's a lot of reasons to use key commands in our workflows. If you accidentally closed a tab, Command-Shift-T will reopen that tab you most recently closed. If you need to test your live website out, you can grab the URL and go Command-Shift-N to open an Incognito tab. And this way you can see what it looks like without being pulled into the back end. These key commands make you work faster and more efficiently. Also, it keeps you in the flow. This is the most important part for me. Instead of having to jump around and click on a bunch of different things, it keeps me in the flow. But most importantly, you look really cool if other people see you using key commands to navigate your computer. And listen, there's a ton of key commands out there. We don't need to learn all of them, but I'm going to show you the specific few that are helpful for me in my workflow. But before we jump into that, quick promo from me. All right, so if you're a professional Squarespacer, I want to tell you about my Code Curious membership. Now this membership comes with all sorts of things. You can see it down here. We got a community, some discounts on my plugins, a big code library, but you also have access to create your own code library. What's really neat is all of this comes together in a Chrome extension where you can access your resources from anywhere. So let's say you're on a Squarespace website. You can just turn on the Chrome extension, go to My Explore Code, figure out what we want to use, maybe our bento long grid. Go to your custom CSS area. You have a video here that you can follow, some instructions. Then you can just copy the code and drop it in right there. Also, let's say you want to make references to other code snippets you found around on the internet. So maybe there is this link over on my website. Well, you can turn on the extension here, go to My Code Library, hit the plus and say add this page, and boom, it's going to save that page right to your code library. Right in here, it's going to pull the thumbnail, add the images, and you can always reference it from anywhere. Let's go back to it in our extension right here. See, it's automatically there, and whenever you need it, just hit the link and you can reference that page again. So there's a lot you can do with this. Take a look. Hope you enjoy. All right, so let's do this. These are only going to be our Chrome key commands. So these will probably work in other Chrome-based browsers, but might or might not work in Safari. And Safari is terrible for web development, web design stuff. I really hate using it. So I really only use Safari for testing. So that's why we're just sticking with Chrome. Also, I'm on a Mac. So I'm going to be doing these for a Mac, but check out the description down below for what these are on Windows. All right, let's dive in. The first one, we're going to call it Nito mode. Command-Shift-N is going to open up Incognito mode. This is super helpful, especially if you're in Squarespace. If you want to open up a page, you want to see it live, you can copy the URL. If you put it in the same browser, it's going to automatically pop you back into the editor. But if you open it up in an incognito window, once you've opened it, you can easily just view it right there. Next up, the time traveling tab. Let's say you accidentally closed out of a tab. Didn't mean to do that. Command-Shift-T for time traveling. It'll reopen whatever your closed tab is. And what's really nice, it keeps memory. So you can keep going as many times as you want. It'll keep moving back and opening up the previously closed tab. Next up, we got the Finder. Command-F. This works in just about every application. This isn't just specific to Chrome, but you can type in anything you want and it'll start to highlight. You can enter through. We'll just stick with heading. And then you can just enter through all the different selections of that. Command-F is just your friend. Next up is the reloader. Command-Shift and R. And that's just going to reload your page. This is helpful. A lot of times I've been using this often if I'm in the custom CSS area. I've made some change, but I'm not seeing it get applied. Sometimes you just need to save it and refresh the page. Command-Shift-R. Super handy. All right, now this is one of my favorites. It's Command-Shift-C for code. It immediately opens up the web inspector over here, and it has our inspect tool already pre-selected. So let's close it out again. You can see Command-Shift-C. Our select tool is already selected and we can easily click on something to see what it is in our HTML. Next up, Command-Shift-B for bookmarks. So this is our bookmark bar. I like showing, obviously I like having this because I can easily navigate around the internet however I need to. But if I'm doing a Loom recording, a YouTube video, if I'm gonna share my screen with someone, I often like to just hide that because they don't need to see it. I don't need to waste real estate with that showing. And often, sometimes I just don't want people to know what I've bookmarked. Sue me, I'm private that way. And similarly, along the same lines, Command-Shift-F, we're gonna go full screen. It just brings you full screen. If you put your cursor at the top, it'll pull up the Chrome up here. So it's not like fully gone, but Command Shift F, that's another great thing if you're just gonna record your screen. And lastly, you might not know this about me, but I wear contacts. And sometimes if I'm not wearing my contacts, I struggle to see. So Command plus or minus zooms in and out of the current web page. So you can just pop it up right there. It's great. I have a -5 on this eye and -4.75. If you know, you know. Those are terrible scores. All right, so those are our key commands. If you know of any that I missed, put it down in the comments down below. I'd love to see what other great ones there are, but these are the ones I'm using almost every day in my workflow, so I think you'd find them helpful. All right, that's it. See you next time.